No, Chairman.
Honorable nominee. Congratulations, honorable nominee. Honorable nominee. Can you imagine? Honorable nominee.
Chairman,
Honorable nominee.
I'm just referring the nominee to the various sporting facilities that we have constructed, and I'm asking the nominee, how he's going to. I'm a former minister who have supervised the ministry for 4 years, and I'm going to ask my successor questions, and you're asking me I shouldn't ask the questions just because I'm laying down the foundation. Please.
Put on your microphone, you shouldn't go ahead. If he doesn't want anybody to talk, nobody to talk.
The angle you are going is very bad.
This nominee doesn't have a problem.
Most grateful.
Don't create a problem.
No, stop. We've had a peaceful day. We are ready to have.
We don't have any problem with him.
Stop.
Honorable. Honorable.
No way.
Honorable nominee. May you listen to me? Honorable nominee. Please convince.
Put it on.
Honorable nominee, there are many in the sports fraternity. Ever since your nomination was announced, please convince us, honorable nominee, many in the sports fraternity over the period, ever since your name was mentioned.
Honorable nominee,
the Honorable Kofi,
I was asking you a question
Adams,
based on the number of
sports
infrastructure that His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo have constructed for the sports federation of this country. And I was just asking you,
that's fine.
But you gave me the opportunity to ask the question.
Please.
Chairman.
Honorable.
Chairman.
Honorable, do you want me to repeat the question?
No, Chairman.
Mr. Nominee.
Chairman.
I said initially
Chairman.
that ever since your name was mentioned as a nominee, many in the sports fraternity doubted. They said that where is Kofi Adams coming from? Please convince. Please convince the sports fraternity that you are up to the task and you are up to the job.
He has the floor.
Thank you.
He has the floor. He has the floor. Why?
Answer.
He has the floor. Former sports minister. You are not. Why? Oh no. Keep talking. Keep talking. Keep talking. Why are you allowing this? Keep talking.
That's what I'm saying. He should give.
Keep talking. But how long is that going to take? How long? To lay foundation and allow the man to ask questions? Oh.
No, we won't put it off.
Allow him to ask the question.
Why you put it?
Him.
Are you the one?
Please ask your question. When you finish, I will look at my left.
Does he take anything away? Does he take anything away? No. I think you should be talking.
We are not going anywhere. We are going to be here to ask all the necessary.
No, that was the question. Honorable nominee.
for campaign. We are here to vet the nominee. So if any member who want to ask question but is unable to take guidance from me, I will overrule the person. So, Honorable Shaibu, you have the floor. After that, I can come to Honorable Yusuf.
Most grateful, Honorable Chairman. Honorable nominee, congratulations on a deserved nomination. Indeed, when your name was mentioned, most in the sports fraternity said, oh, you are not part of the sports system. Please convince Ghana and the entire world that you can do the job. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. It is the case that some say so, but majority are also very happy that I've been nominated. I will not disappoint Ghanaians, and I will not disappoint His Excellency the President. I will deliver and won't also disappoint myself. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I will give the floor to Honorable Yusuf. Please, question.
Thank you so much, Chairman, for the opportunity. And once again, I want to congratulate the nominee for his appointment. Chairman, let me put it on the record that the nominee, I don't have anything against the nominee. He's coming to succeed me. And now I have the opportunity from you to ask him a question, a simple question. And I was just going to ask him the various sports infrastructure that we have constructed. Looking at our maintenance culture, how is he going, what steps is he going to take to ensure that these sports facilities, and I was making reference to the Baltimore sports facilities that we have constructed, the Lagos sports facility that we have constructed, the cricket oval at Achimota that we have constructed, then also the hockey pitch that we have constructed. How is he going to ensure that all these facilities are certified by the international bodies? How is he going to ensure that these facilities are maintained so that they can use to host international event, sporting event in the country? Thank you.
Well, under the leadership of His Excellency the President, we are going to improve upon maintenance culture. We will not allow any facility to deteriorate to the point that we could even be banned from using it. So the very minimal resources we have, we will spend it to make sure we maintain what we have whilst we build new ones also. Thank you.
Any further question?
Chairman, yes. One of the objectives of the ministry is to ensure that we get our national teams to participate in international competitions and to win medals for our country. We won the only medal in 30 years in the Olympic Games in Tokyo. We also increased our medal table in the just ended African Games. We also won 6 medals in the Birmingham Commonwealth Games. What steps is he going to take to ensure that we improve on the medal, the medals that we get when we participate in international games? Thank you.
Well, thank you. It's the case that arm wrestling was what saved us recently. But we truly will be investing heavily also in the other sports where we used to do so well, boxing, athletics, and what have you. It's equally so unfortunate that just yesterday, there was a draw for the African Cup of Nations.
Honorable members, let's have some order. Honorable members, let's have some order.
Ghana didn't feature. We worked very hard to make sure that we get back to the glory days. Thank you.
A follow-up, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, the nominee just mentioned that it's just arm wrestling that saved the country during the African Games, and I want to put on record, it's not just arm wrestling, because the black satellites.
Honorable Yusuf, he is entitled to his answer.
Yes, and
you are also entitled to your view.
Yes, so my view have to be expressed.
Once the answer is placed on the record, if you have a supplementary question, go and ask the supplementary question.
Chairman, the follow-up I wanted to do was also to put the facts right. that during the African Games, our satellites and the Black Princesses, and also most of the boxing, for example, and athletics, almost all the sporting discipline won medal. So if the nominee is here, and that was the best performance in the history of since 1965, I have the right to set the record straight as well. Yes. And so the follow-up that I want to ask my successor, Mr. Chairman, is to ask him that what training measures is he going to put in place to ensure that our athletes get prepared very well in participating in international competition. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. We have indicated that we will improve grassroots sports. And we're going to go back to the intercolleges days, because you need to catch them young and train them from that point. You don't let them mature to a certain stage before you start investing in them. We want the reverse of the pyramid and make sure that the pyramid stands with the base being larger and broader. Then as it peaks, where it becomes commercially viable, you reduce investment. So we're going to do that and then improve upon our pitches. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, the nominee, my last question to the nominee, Honorable Kofi Adams, has to do with budget. Normally, the ministry, we have a lot of federations. We have more than 56 federations. And outside this federation, we have national commitment to our football. And we all know that Ghana, when it comes to football, our passion is so very high. The budget the ministry receives mostly is less than $34 million US. Their in their manifesto, they indicated that they will be paying sports. Sports is the manifesto that I'm just. In their manifesto, they indicated that they will be paying the national, the clubs, the players that plays in the Premier Leagues, the local teams, first division and second division. Can you tell us whether he knows rough idea the budget that will be used to cater for this? Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, we are committed to every manifesto promise. We will be discussing in details the modalities, and we'll make sure we implement it to the satisfaction of the playing body.
Any last follow-up? I will proceed to give the floor to the ranking member.
Please, with respect, yes, but Deputy Whip and Chief Whip want to have a few questions, so grant them. Then.
Honourable members, Deputy Whip.
Mr. Nominee, Honourable Nominee, congratulations.
Thank you.
As President of Ghana Weightlifting Federation and the Deputy General Secretary of Ghana Olympics Committee, one of the major problems of Ghana sports is money, funding.
Well, thank you very much. We have discussed funding. I'm aware that we have a debt of about 468 million sitting there that must be dealt with. I equally also know that the challenge we have is the NSA, which is the bridge. Sometimes is not allowed to also interface and deal with GFA, especially when it comes to Black Stars funding. We intend to make sure that we re-strategize so that NSA will play the role it's supposed to play. And some amount of money will be made available from the savings to get the other sports functioning. Again, we will have to receive budgets from all of them. So the lesser that come, every federation knows how much is available to them. So none will be left out.
Mr. Chair, yes. I also want to find out, do you have any plans with reference to footballers who are no more playing, other sportsmen who are no more in active sports, do you have any pension plans for them?
Well, we have talked about this in our manifesto that we want to encourage the active ones now to make sure that they contribute to a pension scheme. I am sure when I get into the office through the approval of this committee and the House, we will work other modalities to see those who have already retired and see what we can do for them. You remember some time back, His Excellency the President, then candidate, have to intervene to save the goalkeeper of the Black Queens to get her a decent accommodation. I don't think that our heroes and heroines should go through such a situation. So I agree with you that we must do something about that.
Just a follow-up. Have you met the PFAG, Professional Footballers Association of Ghana?
No, please, but I've been engaging individuals, not as an association, but individuals who have retired, I've been engaging them.
My final question. Have you also had the opportunity of meeting with the Ghana Olympics Committee, specifically maybe the president and then the executive board, President Benunu Mensah and executive board, to know what plans we have towards Olympics qualification and any other Olympic sports?
When this House confirms me and I'm sworn in, I will engage all of them. But currently, like I said, I'm having some engagement and I've engaged Benunu Mensah as an individual.
Thank you very much and I wish you well.
Thank you.
I proceed to take question from the Chief Whip.
Mr. Chair, thank you. My good friend, Kofi Adams. I just have a couple of questions for you.
Thank you.
Don't believe the propaganda. We in the minority, we support you. Don't worry. We support you. We know you will do a good work. My first question would be on, now, as we are all aware, your ministry's designation has been changed, and there is an addition of recreation, which you do know very important, the effect of it on our health and other concerns, so critical. What thinking are you going to the ministry with to strengthen that aspect of that ministry?
Thank you. I have always believed that a very healthy nation will be highly productive. And one way of being healthy is being active. And so we're going to promote a lot of active lifestyle in all our communities and to encourage many persons. I've seen even media platforms encourage persons and the turnout sometimes is so beautiful. So I want to help to reduce our health bill by making sure that we are very active up to the very minimal level.
Okay. The number of astroturfs we have in our country now, I don't know if you have taken inventory of the number now. What we have now, are you aware of it? The total number of astroturfs we have?
I don't know the total number that we have. However, I have some concerns about the astroturfs. Some of them, truly speaking, have not been constructed to standard. And I don't know whether you are aware that in one instance, it resulted in a very serious injury to the head of a player because the space between the touchline and the metal was so close, it's not up to standard, that it caused an injury when the player was chasing after the ball. So we will look at them, the ones that are not standard, in order to avoid some of these injuries. Maybe we may not use them for such other sports, but we don't use them for football, but we can use them for other sports and recreational activities that will not demand a certain chase of the balls.
Honorable Nominee, I'm sure you agree with me that our Premier League, it's maybe for want of better expression, and if I'm going to be charitable in terms of the description, it's a pale shadow of itself. if you do agree, what are the plans beyond the Kotoko and Hearts? Hoover Adeb, I'm not too sure. I used to be a fan, though. I used to be a fan of Hoover Adeb. Yes. I know if you agree, what do you intend to do? What do you intend to do to up the steam again?
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. We have talked about a number of things that confront our Premier League. It includes even the technical stuff. And that's part of the reason why we said we're going to modernize and raise the Winneba Sports College into a university where training of professionals will be quite high, so we can have a lot of technical persons that can handle our clubs. Again, we talked about giving them some allowances so we can retain a number of our players. Some of them leave the shores of this country to go and play in war-torn countries just because their earnings are so low. So the whole idea to retain players by giving them some stipend will go a long way to help improve our leagues. Of course, we want to also bring back the love so that fans can get to the stadium and watch their teams play.
Honorable Adams, this will be my last question. Kofi Adams, from where you sit, what are some of the challenges you have identified? I concede you are yet to go to the ministry, but I also know that you've done some work. Some of the challenges you have identified with the sports ecosystem and how you intend to track these problems down.
Well, number one is funding. Number two, poor infrastructure. Lack of renovations of some of the infrastructure that we've put in place. The technical competence of some of the persons who handle some of our sports is just not there. We intend to make sure that we improve upon this. Yes, it's good to have former athletes or former sports person help in training, but sometimes they do not have the skill of coaching. So we need to also upgrade them, improve them through the college system that we're going to be putting in place. Of course, we also want to give scholarships and opportunity of learning for the young ones who will be identified very early. So a lot of factors will come up as a result of the challenges that we've found. Thank you.
Chair, let me thank Honorable Nominee, congratulate him and wish him all the best.
Thank you.
Okay, Honorable Chair, I know we have one more to go for the day. I don't have any question. I want to yield to Honorable Jumper to do his, with your leave. Then
Honorable Jumper, proceed to ask your question, but who told you have one more?
Thank you, Chair. Congratulations, Honorable Nominee, and my teacher at Adesade College. Honorable Nominee, I want to ask you this. You've taught in Adesade College before, right? And you've been in Central Region. You know those days when you talk of sports, you talk of Winneba
Can we have order?
Now, Winneba Sports College is underutilized. And it was a place that we used to train coaches. And a whole lot of sportsmen came from Winneba Sports College. What are your plans to lift the image of Winneba Sports College? How are you going to make it look like in the olden days, 1990s, that Winneba Sports College used to be?
Thank you. You are right that the Winneba Sports College is now in a very sorry state. We have about 4 football pitches there. Only one is still really available for use. The rest have been left to deteriorate. The guest houses are in very bad state. The hostels in bad state. But the management of the Winneba Sports College have begun something. When approved by this House,
Honorable members, let there be order.
that we improve upon it as indicated, because our intentions is to turn it into a model university that can train coaches and other sports-related professionals as indicated in our manifesto. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any further question?
Mr. Honorable Nominee, I want to ask you this.
Honorable Umar and Honorable Jerry Shaib, please, let's have some order.
In those days, when inter-schools, we are doing inter-colleges, you know the zeal, superzonals, inter-colleges. These days, you don't hear of this. The sports are going down. And for Ghana sports to improve, it starts from our basic schools, our secondary schools. Please, my question is, how are you going to link the inter-schools, or how are you going to link school sports into the national development?
Well, thank you. If you observe, in 2016, we passed an act. And in that act is indicated clearly for us to have school sports development agency. And so we seriously going to run this in a much more serious and a coordinated manner. This time they do it biennially, and because of that, some people go through school without having the chance to practice their talent. That will stop because we're going to run it a bit more seriously. I've engaged the Minister for Education, and would make sure that together the National Sports Authority and Ghana Education Service will collaborate to see to it that school sports improve.
Honorable Nominee, my last question. You are my teacher, so my last question to you. You know, when I was in Adesade College, I used to run. I was an athlete. And these days, even when you ask some of the students to go and do sports, they even get it very difficult to buy this equipment, like the running shoes and other things. You know, the sports equipment now are very, very expensive. How are you going to support these young ones who have that interest in doing our sports to make Ghana proud?
Well, thank you very much. One of the things I will be pushing will be some level of exemptions for importation of sports equipment that will go directly to either schools or clubs, registered clubs. And they can have an ownership with the National Sports Authority so that individuals cannot use the opportunity to bring in stuff that they will sell in the open market. So we'll work on that and get them some tax exemptions to be able to clear these goods.
Thank you very much. Honorable Minority Leader has a closing comment.
Honorable Nominee, there is nothing more from our side. We wish you well. You will hear from us. Chairman will discharge you.
Thank you.
Honorable members, here we don't clap. Please, please. May I proceed to recognize and acknowledge our revered guests. First in my list is Honorable John Kojo Japon, OT Regional Minister, and former OT Regional Chairman. Former Voter Regional Chairman, current OT Regional Chairman, and OT Regional Minister. Mrs. Cynthia Opoku Adams, spouse of the nominee. Mr. William Kate, Chief Director, Ministry of Sports and Recreation. Nana Ajay Tete, Base Brentuo, Adonti Hini of Buem, and Chief of Jasikan. Nana Kaklamasi Obo Kuma, Bandana Chief of Tetema. Nana Abdulaiti Buati Buaka, Chief of Baglo Buem. Nana Olatidi Opongo, Chief of Jolu Buem. Nana Apobia, Paramount Queen Mother of Buem Traditional Area. Alhaji Abdul Kadir Tanko, Governor of Faidha, Ghana. Mr. Benunu Mensah, Ghana Olympics Committee. Nana Apinkra Kwesi Ewua, AMC Chairman, Asante Kotoko. Mr. Eric Adom, Buem Constituency Chairman. Executives of Sports Federation, Association, and Supporters Union. Our revered guests, you are welcome. Honorable Minister Designate, you are hereby discharged. You hear from the committee. May the next nominee take his seat.